Hi Leo, welcome to your reading for October 2021. This is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, always. Those intuitively guided to the reading. Maybe you don't have Leo in your chart. Some of you may be in love with the Leo. Leos are some of my favorite people. You know, my son was August 12th, my mother August 5th. Sam is the 23rd, even though he's Virgo, he's right on the cusp. So, a lot of Leo. My grandson is the 23rd of July, 23rd of July, right on the other end of the cusp. So, and I have to say, they all had different personalities, but they all shined. You know, they all shined in their own way. All right, guys, we're going to start with the Mother Mary deck. I want to give a shout out to Lauren, who asked me if I would do the Leo reading. And I said yes. So, thank you, Lauren. All right, let's start with Mother Mary. My favorite oracle deck. Be strong. Not going to take that one, but I wanted to show it. Be strong. We have God. I step out of the way and surrender any need for control in order to make room for God's healing love to flow through me and this situation. I step out of the way and surrender any need for control so that I can make room for God's handiwork to come into my life. All right, I think we're going to use the Tarot of Dreams. I'm going to bring this down just a hair. Doing a little redecorating, and I'm having fun. I'm thinking of you, all of you, when I do it, like, how can I make this peaceful as can be for them? For you, my soul family. All right, everything's pre-shuffled, but I'd like to shuffle it with you here also, because sometimes we just get such amazing readings, and I feel like there's a few out there who maybe wouldn't believe it, would think that I stacked the deck, which would never happen, not on my end. But that's another reason why I like to give it a shuffle or two, because I want you to know that what comes out is what's meant to come out. All right, let's begin. We have Mother Mary opening with some powerful energy. Well, look at that, 10 of Swords. Not a great card, right? But I have to say it's the first card, and that's a good thing, because your first card, I have to feel like our spreads, you know, I read the whole spread together, but I also break it down into parts. So this would be your first card, and that's either what you're dealing with right now or what you had been dealing with. 10 of Swords, difficult energy, no doubt, and usually it's due to outside circumstances, other people, that type of thing. But I feel like in the 10 of Swords, if we really look at it, you know, like, did we have to take any of these swords? So maybe I'm trying to push something that doesn't want to be pushed, or maybe I'm not looking at something that needs to be looked at, because, you know, God's saying, I'm here to heal it. But I got to let that. I got to accept it. We have the Wheel, card of Destiny. Something's changing. The clock is moving again. 2 10s in a row, by the way. 2 X's. It's like 2 strikes. Maybe someone has 2 strikes. Third strike. Boom, you're out of here. I don't feel like that's you. You know, when you see difficult energy like the Ten of Swords, but then you see the Wheel, which speaks of destiny, that means that whatever you're going through, and I know it's hard to hear it when you're in it, that you can come out the other end, and probably will come out the other end. You know, it's like with time, you know, in time. It also, to me, speaks of great lessons, because if this is part of my destiny, that means that my soul was looking for these exact type of lessons. I don't feel like our soul comes down and says, I don't want to learn anything. I just want to party my whole life. Now, maybe, but in a spiritual sense, that would just be a waste of life. Maybe not. Okay, interesting. We have the Four of Wands. It is in reverse, and I have to take it in reverse because the rest are in the upright. And what's interesting is I just did Aquarius as a reading, and they also had the Four of Wands in reverse. I don't see that very often. We have the King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be. This is someone who sees the big picture of what's going on. We have, look at this, the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords coming out of that, under that Ten of Swords. You know, whatever energy is in that Ten of Swords, again, it's a lot of times outside influence, but it's influence that we then take on. You know, think of the Eight of Swords. You know, the Five asks for change. Okay, we don't want to change, so let's keep going. Then we get to the Eight of Swords. Well, it says give yourself a new beginning. Let go of those swords of the past. Nope, don't want to. I'm not ready. Okay, we keep moving to the 10. To me, I feel like, you know, when the 10 shows that I'm either changing it or the universe is changing it. Nine of Swords is just showing that when we submit to this energy, other people's ideas of you, things that other people may say to you, that is, listen, it's nothing more than their perception, their perspective. It does not mean that's who you are, right? Not everyone's going to appreciate us for who we truly are. Not everyone can see us for who we truly are, and maybe they're not meant to. That maybe that's just the little resistance that we needed in our life as a springboard to something else. So 9 says you got to reflect upon that, because if you don't, this can move into the area of depression and isolation and worry and doom and anxiety. It doesn't have to be that way. But here is that potential. Some of you, maybe it's where you were and you're coming out of that. We have the Death card. I should see what's in my hand before I speak, because the Death card is about putting something to an end, once and for all. Putting it to an end. This is about doors that are closing. The universe is asking you to close doors, or you know that a door needs to close. I feel like in this energy, because it's attached to the 9 and the 10 of Swords, I need to close it for good. This is not something I may want to revisit down the road. I feel like, And listen, maybe part of that is just seeing your part in it. And all I mean by that is, did I stay too long? Did I give my power away? Did I give my voice away? The universe is saying no more. No more. Death card is also the card of Scorpio. It's funny, there's my birthday, 9/13. I see that all the time, but I pay attention to all the numbers. So, let's go ahead and look at this Four of Wands. Why is it in reverse? We have the Palace of Wands. You know, the palace to me is the atmosphere that you either find yourself in or will find yourself in. This Palace of Wands, which, you know, would be a very desirable type energy, very creative, very inspiring, go-getter type energy, but yet it's being met with this Four of Wands in reverse. So you can talk about, if this is talking about a relationship where literally you have all the swords in your back, it could talk about that this house has now turned to more ego, you know, anger, or think of, I don't know, I'm just thinking the color red, you know, the color red. So I feel like a house has flipped. A house has flipped. And I also feel like enough is enough. Now, whoa, okay. We have the Three of Swords. This is not a typical Leo reading, that's for sure. We have the Five of Wands. That is ego-based energy. That's battling someone, looking to become the victor, but you're never going to find it. You know, some of you could be with a narcissist. It kind of feels like this energy kind of feels that way. Like you could be with someone who has at least the tendencies. And maybe you'll never be the victor. But you know, maybe your victory is in you changing your life, right? No longer living that type of life. Five is a change. You know, the Death card is asking for a change. It's completely understandable where this is coming from with the Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. But nonetheless. And then we have the Seven of Wands. Got a lot of swords and a lot of wands. And then we have the Devil, card of Capricorn. Well, you know, I'm just going to tell you how I feel it. I feel like they're, you know, and I'm not telling you anything new, by the way. I'm not revealing that someone potentially is cheating. I don't do that in my readings. But I will tell you what potentially I feel has happened. Because I feel with the Four of Wands and the Devil, again, can be a Capricorn, don't get me wrong, especially with the King of Pentacles here. For some it probably is. But I also feel this is talking about, you know, it's the energy where we kind of feel trapped in it. You know, it's kind of like getting lost in the dark night of the soul and thinking this is it, right? But all you have to do is seek the light and ye shall find it. Especially with God here, right? Seek your way out of this darkness and you'll find it. So anyways, just going to talk about temptations, you know, perhaps this King of Pentacles is someone you were with and maybe they succumb to their temptations. Whatever temptation it is, it feels like out of that created a lot of maybe anger and angst and, you know, all that stuff. Okay, let's get our last card before we go into our next deck. And how beautiful. We have the Sun, which is your major arcana, Leo. We have Capricorn and Leo side by side here. We have the Knight of Wands on the bottom. Again, you know, the Knight of Wands can be very chaotic energy, and it is on the bottom of the deck. So to me, that's the atmosphere. That's what's feeding everything. So the Knight of Wands, again, can be very chaotic energy. You know, it's like the fast talker type of thing. And then I you know, they're a fast talker, and then I lose my whole train of thought. You know, I kind of get it. Like someone, you ask a question and someone takes you around and around to the point where it comes back on you. Again, narcissistic type energy. But nonetheless, very chaotic, right? Okay. Let's use the Cosmic Tarot to clarify. The reason I'm using them is many times I feel Leo is opposite of the energy of the Cosmic Tarot. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Because this feels like the Cosmic Tarot feels like a very laid back type of energy. Like I'm someone who, I sit in the back of the room and I just watch what's going on. Kind of like the King of Pentacles. Like, I don't know why all of a sudden I'm getting this feeling like I'm in a bar room and I'm sitting at the back table and I'm just watching what's going on in the room. I feel like I'm talking about someone that you know. You're like, I know who that is, or it's you. Excuse me. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and look at the top row. So we're going to start as the Ten of Swords. The wheel is definitely movement. So I feel like that's the ability to move out of this energy. It's also attached to this Four of Wands in reverse. So where there was a commitment, it just kind of feels like there no longer is. Or maybe never was. But that doesn't mean anything other than sometimes we're with the wrong people. Or for the wrong period of time. The sun is at the corner of your reading here. So the sun is illumination over everything. Nothing can hide in the sun. The sun is here to warm your back. We have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands coming right over that Ten of Swords. So again, what have I gained from that energy? You think you don't gain anything, but truth be told, listen, maybe you're living with a narcissist. Now you can see him a mile away. Now you can smell them before they even come around the corner. What did you learn? You learned to avoid a narcissist the next time. You learned your power. You learned how you can give your power away. But you also learned how you can gain it back. Because this is what you're doing in the Nine of Wands. You're reflecting upon the journey that you were on. Coming over the Ten of Swords, it wasn't easy. But nonetheless, I feel like nonetheless. All right, we have the Four of Swords coming over the wheel, which is beautiful. We can relate that right back to God. Healing, right? Healing a situation, healing self, healing this Three of Swords. But we have four swords. That one extra sword, that's your sword. We all have our own sword. And that is just our truth, our voice. Are we being authentic to ourselves, or are we just allowing ourselves to live in someone else's world? Look at this. We have the Ace of Cups coming over the reversal of the Four of Wands. Well, I don't like to ever give bad news, just the way I like my readings. But at the same time, I feel like, it just feels like the love is draining from that Four of Wands. Leo, I definitely feel like some of you are also connected to an Aquarius. I'm feeling the similarities, even though we're using two totally different decks. I'm seeing some similarities. Okay. We have the Princess of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands coming over this Nine of Swords. It makes me wonder, is something's coming your way? Something's being inspired in your life. But do you know that? Do you feel it? I feel like the Ace of Wands you can definitely feel. The Wand is about action. It's asking you to take act. Like, if I accept this wand, then I'm accepting that I'm taking a step forward, not a step back. but a step forward. And then look at this, we have the Ten of Swords again. Ten of Swords coming over the Death card, pointing right up to the Death card, or pointing right up to the Nine of Swords. I feel like you know what it's saying here. That this Ten of Swords, whatever it means to you, whether it is relating love, whatever it means, whether it's family, and maybe an accumulation of your lifetime, but it just feels like enough is enough. Whether you're saying that to yourself or you should be saying that to yourself, like it just feels like enough is enough. The Ace of Wands feels like your way out. Your way out. This Knight is pointing to the past. He's in the past, so maybe this chaotic type energy is leaving for good. We have the Empress. And then we have the Ace of Swords. You have three aces. You have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and now you have the Ace of Swords. This Ace of Swords is covering right over the Three of Swords. So, some of you, I feel like, you know, if you are in great pain, you may need to talk about it, like talking about it, journaling it, communicating it, telling your story, that kind of thing, I feel like is very, very healing. Very healing for you. I know it was healing for me, but I feel like particularly for some who are watching, some of you could have lost your mother. And I'm saying you lost, you know, we don't lose them. We're connected to them for eternity, for infinity, as above, so below. That connection is, you know, is always, it's just the veil, you know, the veil is so thin. So we lost them in this lifetime. Let's just put it that way. We don't get to finish this lifetime with them, but we will be back together. So I feel like some of you are overcoming energy like that also. You know, and I feel like there's someone out there also who is in a bad relationship, and I feel like normally you would have turned to your mother for advice, but maybe you can't at this point. And I feel like your mother is saying to you, you are now the Empress. You now take on this energy. With the Sun here, like everything is revealed, good and bad, right? Nothing can hide in the Sun. So I feel like mothers, grandmothers are saying now it's time for you, those of us who are still on this earth, to become this energy. I feel like at one time I went to someone for that energy, and now I am the person that guides are asking us to be that person that people come to. Okay, I know that's not for everyone, but I do feel like that's for a lot of people. I just do. Ace of Swords is pointing right up to this Princess of Pentacles. Princess of Pentacles to me, she's my little go-getter. She's my little risk taker. An opportunity shows itself, you know, chances are she's not saying no to it. She has the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Empress surrounding her, all around her. But yet she still has this door over here too. I don't know why I'm saying that. I feel like for some of you also, this is talking about perhaps someone who's a little older than you. You know, and you are like the go-getter type energy. You can be, you know, there could be someone who is a little, you know, I want to say different than you, but that means nothing. You know, actually, I feel like it's a benefit. So anyways, and I also feel this can talk about way back when, the way I used to be. The way I used to be. Maybe the way I used to be with someone else, right? Somehow I found myself here. And, you know, we can blame God. We can blame, you know, source, whatever you want to say. But really, the swords say a lot of it is our own energy. our own free will, which then in a way becomes our own karma. Now, not everything. Some things are just the way it is, right? Destiny, it's just the way things are going to happen. But we're much stronger than we think that we are. So anyways, this princess is surrounded by quite beautiful energy. Can be mother-daughter. Daughter now taking on the empress of the mother. Wisdom. You know, I feel like another card of Leo. I feel like, excuse me. You know, I feel like in the Princess of Wands energy, this is where really I was, I don't know, in a way thinking I was living my best life. This is where I took a lot of chances. You know, I didn't think about things. It was just action, right? I just moved into it. However, that was then, well, because of these chances and these lessons, and these choices or what have you, you know, I've taken to myself to some dark places too. But the moral of the story is about the overcoming of that, about coming from the princess to the empress, right? Through my experiences. So I feel like the Princess of Wands is meant to be the Princess of Wands. She's meant to be that type of energy. She's meant to have a lot of different experiences, because it is our experiences that then bring us to the point of the Empress, the wisdom, right? The Empress is someone who doesn't allow herself to become hard and rigid because of her past or his past and what I've had to deal with, right? The Death card before that is saying, no, I've closed the door. Through the Nine of Wands, I've learned, you know, I've learned the lessons. I've even learned, you know, I feel like in nines, you see patterns. Like you should be able to see patterns, and go back, you know, and look at your life and be like, did I give my voice away? And when did it happen? And what was, you know, what kind of energy was I in when I allowed it to happen? You know, and where am I now today? You know, and if maybe just now you're starting to see the great growth that you've really had, even as baby steps, it doesn't matter. You know, anything forward is the right way. So I feel like there's a lot of that going on or there should be, because listen, the Empress also has the Ace of Cups above her, and this unconditional love is just pouring down on her. So I feel very blessed, right? I don't allow myself to become hard. I keep this part of me, this Princess of Wands, this little risk taker. You know, I'm getting like, kind of like the hippie child. You know, reminds me of my teens, and the many choices that I've made. You know, I can say that I took wrong turns, but then again, did I? Probably not. So anyway, let's keep going. So look at this. We have a card of Leo at the beginning and at the end of this row. Strength card talks about your inner strength. Boy, I was going to say August, but we're past August, aren't we? Oh my God. Why for a second I felt like I was still in August. 8 new beginnings, right? Allowing myself to have new beginnings, the princess would. But this is about overcoming the beast, right? The devil is here, and I often feel that talks about the beast within us, the darkness within us, where we think we're trapped and we're truly not. We just think that we are. It's interesting, we have God and we have the devil. I mean, who's going to win here? God's going to win, right? God's going to win. The light is going to win. Here is the light right beside it. The sun, kind of beautiful. Oh my gosh. We have the Ten of Cups. What a difference between the Ten of Swords and now the Ten of Cups. You know, I feel like if I was having an argument with someone, let's say, and this may be someone completely different, I may have said to someone, you know, I was looking for the Ten of Cups. I wanted the Ten of Cups to be with you. But truth be told, I feel like somewhere along the way, You realize that maybe you were never going to have that Ten of Cups, especially with the Four of Wands reversed. And that may just mean a marriage, a family, that type of thing. It'd be a non-committal type of person. And as I say that, I feel like they probably still had love, but maybe you're just going in different directions. Because I feel like the Ten of Cups is here. The Ten of Cups exists. It's right next to Leo energy. It's surrounded by both sides. The Ace of Wands is the opportunity for something to begin. We have the Ace as the beginning. We have the Ace of Swords. What did you learn from that Three of Swords? You learned who you are. You learned who you are. Sometimes we have to drop down to our knee to really figure it out. And I feel like you did. We have the Hierophant, card of Taurus. So now we have Taurus coming right over Capricorn. This Hierophant is looking right back at this Ten of Cups. Look at this. Looking right back at it, like eye to eye. She's looking right now like she's like in the present. He's like in the future looking back at this Ten of Cups. Almost like saying, keep your focus on, if I went the Ten of Cups, I feel like then there are certain things that I had to do, there's certain things that I had to go through, because the Empress is here, so that says that you've learned compassion and empathy within your soul, and you become the beacon for others, whether you chose that or not, whether you know that or not. I feel like you just become the beacon. I feel like it's almost like a map, mapping us to this point of the Ten of Cups. What has to happen between here and there. And I feel like if this Ace of Cups, if there's someone, and listen, this could be you too, like, I don't want to make I could love someone, but maybe don't want to make that commitment, so to speak. I don't want to get married, so to speak. I don't want to move in. I feel like what you need to do at that point is just figure out what's right for you. What's right for you. Because no matter what, the Ten of Cups is here. The Hierophant's looking right at it. The Hierophant asks you to look at your belief system, to look at your faith. Are you keeping the faith? Or have you given it away? This is about a higher vibration. It's becoming, I don't know. I feel like it's becoming one with yourself, becoming whole. I feel like also it's talking for some of you about your guides, those who have crossed before you, and like, where do you feel them? Where are you looking for them? I feel like they're saying, I'm right there with you. I'm in you. You can feel me. Trust that. Trust that. Tried to sneak away. All right. We have the Star, card of Aquarius. Look at that, right over Leo. Well, there's the tie. So for some of you, I know that, this is talking about you and an Aquarius, a Leo and an Aquarius. Not for everyone, but I do feel that. The Star is about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Some of you, you have a dream to use your voice. To have your voice heard, to have, whether it be through written word or speaking or singing, whatever it is, I feel like, honestly, it's coming out of the energy of the sun, so it's coming out of the light. It's like, it's not in my dreams at night, this is reality, right? Like, I can really create something in this world. It doesn't have to stay in my dream state. I can bring it to fruition. And again, tied to the Empress, I honestly, guys, I just feel like if we want the best, then we've got to find, it doesn't mean we're perfect. I don't want you to think that. We are imperfect. It's just the way we are. But you know, as maybe it comes with wisdom, you can see your actions very quickly. You can see what works and what's not working. You can feel the resistance, and you know to turn away. Where before maybe I would just go right into it. I feel like, again, you're meant to still take chances, you know, be the fool. But now, as the Empress's energy, there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. All right, look at this. Success. 9 of Pentacles. So, you know, I often feel, Leo, you're meant to be on the stage in some way, in some format. And this just feels like it's verifying that. You're just meant to do whatever it is that you're doing. And then we have the Death card with that. We could throw Scorpio in the mix here, because we do have double Scorpio on the table. But I feel like, you know, some of you may turn into channelers or seers or, you know, healers. But in a very creative way, I feel like a very action-oriented way, whatever that means. I do feel that for you. And I feel like, again, I'm not telling you anything that you don't know, because this is part of what you already want, or you're starting to come to this natural realization of, you know, I just may be good at something and I should go after it, right? And who knows? Because sometimes I feel like, would you ever find this dream if you hadn't gone through what we've gone through? Because, you know, a lot of times the dreaming of better comes from not having it. Excuse me. Yes, I lit a candle again. I don't know why. Okay. Is there anything I want to look at? I do. I want to look at, first of all, you know, just in a nutshell, this is talking about, you know, your pentacles and growing your pentacles. I feel like it has to do with a lot of you through the art of communication, through the spoken word, the written word, all that. You know, it can be something that you're downloading. I definitely feel that, like the ability to, and trust that. You know, maybe you do what I do, and it took me a while to trust what I was receiving. Now, I feel like I can even tell you, I even know what guide is giving it to me. You know what I mean? I even know what guides of yours are giving it to you. Like, some step forward as it relates to your money, and some step forward as it relates to your love. You have a lot of guides. So anyways, oh, I was going to look at, so I just feel like career-wise, if you believe in yourself, if you're willing to put in the work, I feel like you're going to be a star, or you're on your way to it, right? Be willing to take chances. Take those chances. Remember, you are the Empress, male or female. And what I mean by that is you don't allow the past to harden you and to stop you from experiencing. This is someone whose wisdom now drives her, and I don't feel like anyone could really come against her. And by the way, maybe the devil tried, but boom, what came out? God. We have the darkness, but boom, what comes out? The sun. Okay. I'm not even really sure what I'm taking it on. My eye keeps going back to this 10. It's a lot of cards, so I'm just taking it across the whole thing. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Wherever I put my focus on is what will grow. 8 of Pentacles says, be willing to be the apprentice, right? Be willing to learn as you go, because you have the potential of true success right here, and it's attached to your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. So the 8 says, be willing to walk in, be willing to give yourself that new beginning and walk in and understand, you know, maybe I'm not as good as I want to be. Well, you will be. It reminds me of tarot when I first started. I thought I was okay back then, but boy, I feel like it's night and day. Well, hello, Ace of Pentacles. So, this is something that comes into your physical world that gives you the opportunity to do what it is you want to do. It's like the universe hears you. You put your head down and you're looking at those pentacles, and boom, there comes the ace. There comes one of your seeds of intention. We have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away from that emotional house of woe is me. It's where I'm no longer allowing my emotions to control me or to hinder me. This is the willingness to look at it, but then to turn around and walk away from it, right? Just, you know, you gained the wisdom. You don't need to take the cups with you. We have two eights right there. We have the Knight of Pentacles, I'm sorry, the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the Devil again, card of Capricorn. We have Temperance. Again, it is connected to Aquarius because they also had Temperance in the reading. And when Temperance shows up in the reading, by the way, card Sagittarius, but when Temperance shows up in the reading, right off the bat, I know this is about letting go of control. This is about what will be, right? Destiny. The wheel is here, right? Whatever changes are coming, it's meant to be. And they come at the right time. They don't come before their time. Temperance is connected to that emotional house. So, you know, she could certainly be saying, I just needed you to walk away from that energy. And then boom, here is the ace. And then we have the Moon, card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. We have the Sun and the Moon. I often feel that ties back, well, sometimes I feel like that ties back to even twin flame type energy. I just want to take three more. It's funny that my readings this month are long. They're back where they used to be. Well, we have the Sun again. Hello. And hello. Wow, this is exactly what happened in Aquarius' reading. By the way, all completely different decks. None of these decks are the same, except for Mother Mary. That's it. So these are brand new. These are new decks, but the similarities are striking, to be honest, because they also had the reversal of the Four of Wands, and then their outgoing card. One of their outgoing cards was the Four of Wands in the upright. And here you are. You know, this is a commitment, whether it be love or whether it just be something in your life. Temperance is the one who's controlling it. No wonder we got God who comes over and says, just surrender the need for control. Happening at the right time. Not before, not after. Why? Because it wouldn't serve you. We already know it's coming to fruition. Here is the Ace of Pentacles. This is coming into my physical world. It's attached to the sun. It's attached to the light. As this speaks to a relationship, this is talking about true love, true connection. These are two people who truly want to be together. There's no question. There's no question about it. Look how she's pointing up. And if I put her down right where I had her, she's pointing right to the Hierophant. I'm back to me again. I'm back to my belief system. I'm back to my true self. And because of that, I am opening to the universe. Right? I have a past. We all have a past. And this is about the hardship of it, no doubt. But this is also about the spiritual muscles that you are gaining through this journey, this lifetime. Success in your money, success in your love, right? But it is getting from one point to the next, to the next, to the next. focus on something and it will grow. And boom, the ace shows. There you go. Your focus is there. We're going to show you the way. I feel like this is your soul seed of intention. By the way, that is also connected to the wheel. So, I don't want to overread this or overthink it because I feel like it's quite simple and quite beautiful. Quite hard, but that doesn't feel like what will be because destiny, the wheel is here. Things are changing. Time is changing, right? Things are turning. I'm just thinking we're going to be setting our clocks back, right, in October. So anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there. There's a lot of people, so there's no sense of going over signs. I think you know where you're at in here. You know, and I don't give signs a lot because I want you know, my goal is to help you intuitively open to the reading so that you know if something's for you. You know, you may want something to be for you, but it's showing you the steps. If I don't want to do this, if I don't want to take that time out to allow myself to heal my mental self, not just my body, but my mentality, my thoughts, all of that, my beliefs, then how could I ever be all that I can be in the Ten of Cups? If you didn't have some of the experiences you had, maybe this Nine of Pentacles, this true success, this is success that you can count on from this day on. Like, I feel like it sets roots. And it could even be something that is passed down, passed along, way after you're gone. It may be your words, it may be your songs, you know, it's like after you leave this earth, like your energy, what you've contributed to this earth doesn't leave. So, that sounds pretty cool. I don't know. All right, I'm going to leave it there. But let's go ahead and read what God has to say. What God wants us to hear. Let me grab a drink real quick. You prayed for help, and now it's time to allow heaven to assist you. God's love and wisdom have always been available to you, provided that you're willing to trust divine will. Sagittarius. Temperance. Release any unhealed components of your relationship with Creator to Mother Mary and the angels in favor of developing a closer and more trusting one. This may require tremendous faith on your part, especially if you can't see a solution to your present situation on the horizon. This card indicates that you've been approaching this situation single-handedly, trying to anticipate and control the outcome by yourself. Anxiety comes from distrust in divine order and timing, along with disappointment when other people don't follow your plans. Surrender your need to be the scriptwriter helps you relax and actually get better results. God has room to heal you and the situation when you allow God to be in charge. Amen. I love you guys. I don't know. It's funny, I keep saying I don't know. And I notice people are giving me comments like, stop saying I don't know. I can't stop it. It's just part of me, and it doesn't mean I don't know. It just means I think I'm giving my brain a moment to comprehend. But I'm not going to go back into it. I feel like you'll know. You'll know your part in here. And I hope you receive it with an open heart, open arms, and then the action of the Princess of Wands. Go get it, right? Go after it. Go do it. Trust in yourself. We do. I love you guys. As always, I thank you for everything. I will see you next time at my table. Bye bye.